never felt that pathetic ever. I don't like. Is everyone in Boston just like weak as shit? Like
there are a lot of weaklings there now. Yeah. Yeah. People don't fight anymore. They stopped fighting when I was kind of in my late 20s. By the time I started working at the Gardener, I hadn't had like a real fight in like 3.5 years. Actually, the last fight I had been in had been when I was in Spain at that point. So, yeah, I had a couple of instances where like people talk shit, and I kind of like, like talked my way out of it or bluffed my way out of it or something. The best one being the one where Briroy brought his like the next toughest person he knew after me and him stopped being friends. And then it turned out that me and that kid knew each other and that we liked each other better than either of us.
You guys to fight? Was he trying to like set
Yeah. He was like, somebody needs an ass kicking, bro. Do you want to go straighten this person out and get back what's mine? Yeah, what he wanted that he claimed was his was to, like some shit in my apartment.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah. So but when the kid got out of the car, we started, I was standing out in front of my, because he called to warn us that he was coming, which is like, he said, he didn't exactly say, hey man, this is an ambush. We'll be there in 25 minutes. But like that's basically what he did. They were like a half hour out. And like, he's just giving me a heads up. So I was just standing outside and they pull up and he gets out and he's Michael Jackson, it's like the head waggle thing and he's going and he's bobbling. This was a few months after the time I had drawn the infamous Bripop cartoon, basically a lollipop with like dirty, ratty hair and like a little, like looked like barber clipping glued onto the chin looking goatee. And I just had it say different things that he had really said that were just completely cartoonish, like complete stuff you wouldn't believe somebody really said. But like if you knew the backstory, you'd be like, oh yeah, this guy definitely said that. So he comes out and he's like acting out. I'm just sitting there and I'm like muttering to myself, Bripop and stuff. And this other guy hears me and he's like, wait, like, don't I know you? Like, wait a minute. We kind of pieced it together, and it kind of solidified with like, oh yeah, the party, this and that at such and such's place. And yeah. We started, something had happened at this party where Briroy had acted up and, we both at the same time like came over to kind of like try to get him to calm down. And then we started like making fun of him together like, and talking to each other. And that's how we became friendly. So it was one of those like, oh yeah, this and then we said, what the way that he freaks out. And we both started doing the head wag and making the noise. And like it upset him so much that he started doing it too. And he was so loud that my crazy girlfriend, Marissa, who was in the kitchen making pizza dough, and I was trying to keep this from because she said, like, she basically was like, I will murder him if he comes to my home. And I was like, no, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it, So she was like, is he fucking out there? She comes running out. Like, she had something. I don't know if it was like a meat tenderizer or a rolling pin. I forget exactly what it was, but she had like something heavy from the kitchen. She had the apron on. She was like, oh, fucking God. I had to hold her back. So this guy just was like, good luck. And he went and got back in the car. Now Briroy's standing there. I'm like, so you're going to go in? You're going to go in and take your stuff? You're going to take what's yours? If you can make it past her, you're welcome to anything you can carry out.
Awesome.
And he was like, whoa! And he slanked away, with the slimy Tyrannosaurus weakness kung fu hands. Like, yeah, I'll be back. He was never back. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's true. See, Alex, if you were a little older and had started at the museum a few years earlier, you would have gotten the tail end of the golden age of Briroy stories. I had known this guy since I was 4 years old. and our friendship had only ended a couple of years before I started at the museum. So by the time Matt left, the only reason I was stopping telling them is because the person I was dating was like, if you tell one more of those stories, I don't know what I'll do. And I was like,
Stupid? No good? With no talent? You shouldn't talk like that. We can fix your problem very quickly.